Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, neighborhood pyrography artist. I'm drawing with hubby.
Okay.
And today we're doing long flowing fur. In other words, we're doing the tail and the ear fluff of our koi squirrel. This is going to help me be able to adjust the rest of the darkness. I blocked it in, but it's definitely not dark enough in areas. But by putting in these darks, I can adjust those better. Hey, Kathy, Andrea, Amy, Sheila, and oh, did I miss Sonia? Hey, Sonia. She's not green. She's not logged into the same account, so I couldn't see. All right, so I'm going to use the 18 extra small.
We were really pixelated for a little bit.
Is it good now?
It's good now.
Oh, it just may have been YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. All righty. So I'm going to tilt that. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to scooch up. Ow. And actually, I'm going to flip this so that I can drag towards me, or towards the squirrel versus away. And right here, we can see the clumps. And we're going to focus on the clumps first because we can always detail out any fur. So we're going to just drag, so overlapping and dragging it up. Right now, I'm half tip, full drag.
Tip. You know, it doesn't sound very fun. It sounds like a drag.
Following the direction of the fur. And trying to keep it nice and smooth. Again, I'm going to detail it out, but right now, we're going to get these groups in.
You said half tip?
Half tip. Drag down. I'm moving quickly because I don't want any major hot spots. If we have a few and a little bit, it just adds to the randomness of the fur. And actually, I'm more full tip.
You want me to put up full tip?
Yeah. Overlapping, and then I can slow down, darken some areas. Most of our individual fur is going to be seen on the edges right here in some of these areas and up by the face. We see a little bit, but not too much. The camera doesn't tend to focus on single hairs. So as we flip, we can see how dark it is. I'm trying to find my groups that I've put in the pattern. Like here are some lighter areas. So I'm going to leave those for a minute. Following the direction. Some of it looks short, and when we go to put individual hairs in, that's when we're going to put those shorter fur strands. That's the word I was looking for. So right now I'm at 3.5.
Links lady is here.
Hey, Shirley. Just dragging very quickly. I always have to watch the end of the board because I don't want to burn my background. Yeah, I'll go ahead and flip it again.
If she keeps barking, I'll bring her in.
Remember, I just lifted my pen, so it's fully reheated. So I'm going to touch down.
What temperature are you on right now?
I'm at 3.5 on basswood.
Gotcha. I was just curious because you're using the full tip.
And I need to bring some of these darks that are...
Hey, you can see the smoke?
Yeah, this tip carries the heat differently. Holds it. So it burns hotter. But none of the smoke's coming in my face, nor do I feel it in my hand, because I'm on an easel at a pretty steep angle. So everything's going up, not towards me.
If you were burning flat, this would be an issue.
Oh, if I was burning flat, it'd be in my face. I'd need a fan.
Your hand would be hot, getting hot because of rising heat.
Yep. Alright, so let's bring some of these darks. I'm a little bit more on the edge. Bring these darks up. Following the direction. So I'm going in between using the side of my tip and going flat. And then we'll get the individual hairs in soon. See, when I slow down, it goes darker. All back to the whole concept of pin control.
I muted that. Why is your tablet making noise?
It's system alert. Alright. That's my ring. Let's see here. How far down? See, this is white right here, so I'm trying to avoid it.
Yeah, I didn't realize until you started doing this that that's its tail.
Mm-hmm. And this is what's going to make it much easier for me to adjust everything else. Because right now, that looks pretty dark. But now that I'm putting in these darks, it gets lighter and lighter. So I'm going to group these together. Not focusing right now on individual hairs. And with overlapping, it helps in getting some of the light. Here on the screen. There we go. Whoa! Squirrel was being squirrely. Now I can group it together and give it different layers. Because that's what we want, because that's how the fur lays. We want layers. Now I won't use this pin to put the more defined fur in because it's thicker. I'll actually use the 18 small for that. Just dragging. Grouping it together. Overlapping. Because it all lays on top of each other. Nice and slow. So right now this is just blocking in. Then we'll make it pretty. We need that base under fur for it to read right. I gotta be careful around the fingers. And actually I can use this tip for some of the fur because some of it's thicker. I'm using more of the tip.
Do you want me to change the graphic?
I'm going back and forth.
Okay.
So right now it looks like a hot mess.
Well, it is pyrography, so it's hot.
Right now it's a mess.
It just looks like a mess. It's just in a stage.
You see where I go up darker against some areas, it pops out those lighter ones.
Yeah, I see that. I was wondering how you were gonna work around the hands.
We have white here. I'm gonna wait to come in here because I'm gonna lower my temperature because I'm gonna have to use just the tip. So if I go really hot, it's gonna it's a small area, so I'm gonna wait. Let's put some more different angles. This fur's going everywhere.
Huh. Spence was here, but he couldn't sign in. He's here now.
Oh, okay. Hey, Spence. Oh, I wonder why I couldn't.
I don't know.
You two being a butthead.
I think so.
So now I can start really shaping it. The darks need to go right up against the lights. And see how that's a group? I haven't put any individual hairs in. Keep it around each other. That way we can control the direction of the fur. Now those are going to go darker. It's just right now that's what I'm going to say is the lightest area. And then I'll put a little bit of burn on top of it here in a minute.
Okay.
Just to tone it. Alright. I always forget. I don't burn myself with my pen in general, knock on wood. But sometimes I do lay my hand down in an area that gets burned and go, oops.
Spence says, wow, that looks awesome.
Oh, thank you. So it's just a lot of dragging. It's just paying attention to the direction in which I'm dragging and how overlapping. Wherever I put a darker burn, that recesses the fur back. And in here, I'm not really following my reference. I'm just putting it in. Let's go darker now because we don't have any lights in here. And I'm intentionally, if you're just joining us, I'm intentionally going darker. Because I think the darker is going to look better.
Okay.
So now this is up around the face. So this is where the fur is turning. So we have some fur sticking out because it's shorter and turning. And then we've got darker going underneath because it's longer fur. So I'm going to put in that longer fur first. I'm going to go ahead and bump down to 3 because I'm using just the tip and it's going to get hot. So
Casper Boo's here.
and Carrie. So I'm going to go in. I got to find, there's my dark. There's my dark. And this is going to go over the whiskers. Always go back and scratch them out. So let's have this lighter fur overlapping. And move quickly to get that lighter fur. And then butt up against it. Pull that up. So I'm trying to shape it with negative burning of the darks.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Let's see here. These are shorter, so shorter strokes. And they can overlap what's behind it because that helps separate them.
Okay.
Let's see here. Just going for the thick ones right now. So touching down and dragging and bringing them together. Using more of the half of the tip. Then we shall go in and detail them out in a minute. Do need to get them blocked in.
You still full tip or half tip?
Half tip because it's a small area. So I have the butt of the tip up.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm trying not to go all the way to the edge because that's where our more loose individual hairs are. So I'm not trying to go fully to the edge because I'm going to use the 18 small to fill them in. Now we're around this part of the hand, so I'm going to flip my board so the butt of my tip is towards the hot part already burned. I'm going to drag up. Now luckily the hand's not perfectly smooth because there's always little hairs that stand out.
Yeah.
So if I don't have it perfectly smooth, that's okay. See, I'm fighting the whiskers. So I'm gonna move quickly so I can connect these.
Barrel's here.
Hey, bro. And then I can always scratch them out. Or drag. I need to go lighter. Again, the fur standing up, so I'm going to overlap it and lighten it up. Start getting shapes now that we can see more clearly. Again, just blocking in and moving quickly. I'm trying not to lose my fingers. Pretty dark. Right here. See how we're using the darks to shape?
Yeah.
The hand is, you're able to make it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now more of just the tip.
Just the tip?
Yep. I'm trying to shape these darks.
Carrie wants to know what you're going to do with this project when you're done with it.
Don't know.
There you have it, folks. Definitive answer. Don't know.
I mean, I don't mind selling them. This one was not a personal piece.
This was specifically just for the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are going to actually switch over and start putting some of these loose hairs in. So we can fill it in, but the 18 small, I do need to go a little higher, so I'm going to go with 4. And this is going to be all pretty much edge burning.
Hey, Spence.
So, sorry, I need a drink. I'm going to back out just a little bit because I'm going to be spinning the wood a lot. Alrighty. So let's start upside down. I'm going to use the edge. And see, this one I can get a pretty good spin. So I'm rolling the tip. See, now with these individual furs, it starts looking more like a floofy tail.
Can't see that. That's a nice refinement.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh no, I gotta pay attention. And with doing this, I overlap onto the body. See, that still looks need to be filled in just a little bit. Because we've got this little hand here. Don't want to lose the finger. So I'm just using the tip and dragging very quickly. Now I can start pulling in the floof. Let's go over to our white. We are going to look at doing the white too. It's actually not a whole lot of burning. Did I miss nobody? Nope, I didn't miss nobody. Alright. So when I want it really tight, I go right up on the edge. And when I want it a little thicker, I tilt it just slightly. It's so minute in the twist. And now I'm going to start putting some thinner ones in here. Again, I'm using more flat edge. It's kind of hard. Maybe if I angle the cam. Let's try to angle. Oh yeah, Carrie, you can do that. I'm going to angle it so we can see better. Hopefully. In theory, because I tend to tilt towards the left. So it may be hard for you to see how much of an angle I'm doing. But I'm dragging the pen towards me. There we go. Now we're starting to get some individual furs here. But since it's all blocked in, we can skip around and get a little crazy with our strokes. Looks like, oh, I'm missing some. So go. I'm going to go a little flat tip to fill some more of this in quickly and more to the edge. And it starts really filling out. Let's see here, so. And because we filled in with that base burn, it just feels more full without putting every single stroke in. Let's see here. Oh, I guess up in Vancouver they had a big storm. Alright, so we're going to curve and overlap, do some of the C's. Let's see here. Just filling it in. But you can see how quickly we got this tail in. And I'm actually going to make it a little floofier because I kind of like that. And as the artist, you can do that. Alrighty. Let's see here. It looks like, oh, we need more floof up here. So I'm just doing long strokes on the edge. Let's curve that around. So it started off looking like it was going to be solid, but now we got some good floof going. Now I'm more flat tip because I'm filling in. So we could put in the floof first and then burn more flat to fill it in. Or you can burn first and then floof. Did I just make up a whole new? I think I did. We have a whole new terminology. We got floof. You missed it. I made up a whole new terminology.
What'd you do?
I made up a whole new terminology. You missed it. I'm floofing.
You're floofing.
I'm floofing.
I understand that.
Alrighty.
Have you read chat lately?
I'll
read it to you.
Spence and Burl are talking about, I guess they had a big storm up there.
And Carrie's going to PM you on Facebook.
Yes. I know what he wants. I know. Thing is once he hears the number, I don't know if he'll still want it. We shall see. Alrighty. Do some overlapping.
Wow.
Look how much that tail, let me back out so we can see how much that tail has lightened up the rest of the burn.
It has, but what's striking to me is like how much you've gotten done.
Well, in 27 minutes, 25 minutes, we have a floof tail.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah. It still could use, I think, a little bit more curve in here.
No.
But we'll wait on that. Since we're already down here at the white, we are going to switch over to the white. And I'm going to bump down to, let's see here. I'm going to bump down to 1.5 with the 18 small. And this is going to be the top half of the tip. We're not really detailing. We're putting some strokes in. So I'm going to let my tip cool off really quick. Drag, drag, drag. Alrighty. So we have more white that's standing out. In fact, what we can do is we can take our General's charcoal white, and we can quickly put in, these are the only places where it's really white. So we're going to put that in real quick. Just so I don't, so I have a visual of where I don't want to burn.
It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
No, I'm just saying in general, not you're doing fine.
Well, it's because of the lights. I can see it.
Yeah. Now, is that going to act as a resist at all?
Not really a resist, because when you burn over this, it kind of grays out. It can a little bit if you're light-handed with the burn, but in general, no.
Gotcha.
It's a visual for me, so I can do two things. I know not to burn here, and it's easier to follow the direction of the fur when you can see it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So this is where we will have no burning for the white. Okay, so let's start getting it in there. So I'm going to drag very quickly. I do want a little burn because when I go to varnish, the wood is going to darken to at least equal to the lightest burn if I stay like this light. And that's when people think that their burn has disappeared. It hasn't. It's just the wood has gotten as dark as the burn. We'll get some of this in. It will need to go a little darker, I think. You see, I can go around this white. Put a little detail.
So are you still using the tip?
No, I'm more flat. Full tip, moving very quickly. We can go over our floof because they go together. But you can see how light that is, and it still reads as white.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Gotcha.
We need it to read as white. Yeah, so we're doing like that. So we got the separation of the fur. I will erase. And actually what I'll do with the white is I will use my finger and push it into the grain. And when I go to seal, it lightens and brightens. I know that sounds confusing.
No, I don't think so.
It lightens how much of the white that I just applied is on the board, but what's there gets brighter.
Right.
Alright. And see that probably could still go. Hey, how do we lose our color so much? Let me adjust that real quick.
Sorry.
I think that was the right. Yeah. I up the saturation a little bit so we can see it better.
Oh, okay.
But because the camera's so close, it keeps adjusting the.
I see.
Yeah. Brain went. Duh. Let me just put a little bit more here. And what I didn't do is get into this little bitty spot. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Mm-hmm. You see, the finger comes under, so I have to be careful. Not to lose this nail, what you just did there. You know, it doesn't read well. I'm wondering if I should just get rid of it, because I don't think getting rid of it will, because it looks like the finger is behind anyway. So I'm making an artistic decision to push that nail back into the tail so that it reads better. Sometimes there's too much information and it won't read right.
Yeah.
So now I made the nail too thin. Alright. Alrighty. So now we got some white in. And as I put more darks in, this may even go darker. I just wanted to show that white is never fully white. There's always shadows going on.
I would say if there is ever going to be any spot that's fully white, it's going to be on the highlight of the eye.
Yeah.
And that's it, though.
That's it. That's it.
And it might not even be fully white because it's only reflecting the background. So, but it's definitely going to be the hardest.
Yeah, because not all of this is. In fact, since you said something, I can
mean to distract you.
Fix that. There we go. I think that reads a little bit better. Alright, so now we are going to work on the floof on the ears.
Oh.
So I am going to move my board. Now, we have thick groups. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the extra small, but I'm only going to be at 2 because I don't want it to heavy burn quite yet.
Which tip are you using?
This is going to be the extra small.
Extra small ball?
No, spear shader, sorry.
Oh, are you still going to be using the tip?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So, our darkest part of our floof is right here, so I'm going to touch down there first. I'm going to drag just like we did the tail.
Well, you're getting quite a lot done today.
Well, that's why I wanted to go a little smaller.
I think that's important, you know.
But I have to watch the detail. Alright. See, I can actually bump up to 2.5. Go a little darker. Let's see here. And this is thicker, so I can use more of the edge. It's thicker floof at the base. And then we can put more of a solid floof. Or more, like we did the tail. When drag. Oop. And got a little. That's alright. These are more thick. And now we're going to start filling it in. What is that part of the ear?
Wow, that's going fast.
It's fur. Let's get this fur in.
It looks like you're using the side.
I did. For that small area, I
Yeah.
used more of the side. Let's see, where is this going? This is more floof.
Oh, they're Spence and Burl are tracking their Just the Tip t-shirts.
Ah, mine was supposed to be here last night. Thanks, post office. Alright, so this will need more detailing out, but we're going to focus on the floof. So I'm going to switch back over to the 18 small. I'm going to bump it up to 3.5. You know what? 3. Oh, we're going to go 3. My eye keeps spazzing. Still.
Well, we're about 22 minutes from the top of the hour.
And look how much I've gotten done. I know the color keeps changing because I got the camera close.
It doesn't. I don't think it's a distraction personally. Like, I'm watching your progress on the tablet, and I don't even notice because I'm watching a technique.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Floof time. Let's do the floof. So I had to watch where I started because the floof is all over. Separate. Although I can go a little crazy with the floof. Because when I transferred the pattern, I didn't put every line in. There we go. And this one. Oop.
Did you see that at the end of the road, the house in the corner has their Christmas stuff already?
I did.
It makes. I'm thinking that I should start propping ours. Because I don't want. Last year I got distracted and we didn't end up putting up our decorations. And till a little bit later. Like this year, is like as soon as like the last bite of Thanksgiving dinner is done,
You want to turn
you're
it
gonna
on.
flip everything on and just be like, "Bwam!"
Yes. Alrighty. Let's get this in here. See, the ear looks detached. That's not supposed to. Oops. Too dark. I need to lighten up for that. So we got some bit of fuzzy. So I'm just going to use the tip and squiggle so it looks a little more frizzy, because we do have frizz in here. Now if I was starting with this tip first, I'd go ahead and put this in. And see, we've got some lighter fur coming up. So I'm using just the tip, moving very quickly, because I just blocked this in just so I knew what was what. And then we do have a bit of squiggly. So I'm gonna go a little crazy here. So just using the tip, and just squiggling back and forth, because we're gonna put in some more of that dark.
I guess Burl has been tracking her t-shirt. She says it's in a sack in Melrose Park, Illinois.
Well, mine was supposed to be delivered last night.
Would have been nice.
Yeah, because I was going to work today. Alright. So I can just keep getting crazy. Pull these together because I'm a little separated. Keep this ear a little better. But the good thing is, unless it's your squirrel, you don't know if I'm right with the floof. It just looks like floof.
You think somewhere there's a squirrel watching, being judgmental?
That is not how my hair goes.
They're like, Valarie, you're screwing this up. Unsubscribe.
Dislike. It's easier to drag it and get a little wiggle to the drag. Let's see here. This needs to be coming down. So I'm just using the edge and using very small strokes, just like when we were doing the short fur, because this is short fur. And the tip flat, dragging very quickly. Let's drag some this way so it looks right.
I put up the edge. Are you no longer using the edge?
I'm going back and forth.
Okay.
See, this is all light fur, so I'm going to bump down to 2. I don't want to go too hot. But we do have this long fur connected to this. And this is just lighter fur. I don't look crazy with that. Just trying to get this close to done because it's not going to be on camera again. See that ear.
What are we doing next week?
It's going to try a Christmas gnome.
Gotcha. A gnome?
Yeah, it's cartoony.
I guess Burl and Spence. Spence is implying that it's now a race to get their shirts.
At this rate, they may beat me.
Well, Burl, because of the roads there, it's just his because the roads are so bad right now. She says she might not get hers till the new year. But, we'll see.
And I still gotta get their Christmas presents out. Hoping I can get them out next week.
Okay.
Alright, so what I'm doing is just putting in...
Burl says she's asking if hers, did she influence you with her gnomes?
No, I'd actually pulled the photo from not creatively, I keep saying that. I keep saying the wrong website. I pulled it last week.
Gotcha. What are you using now?
I was still on the 18 small. I'm just kind of filling in the dark right now.
How are you using it?
I'm just using the tip right now. I'm just trying to fill in some of these darks.
Well, it seems like that's going to be popular. Because Spence says, I like gnomes, and Andrea says, love them.
Well, I figured I could get you to burn with that.
Well, that was another question Sheila was asking.
Yep.
If we are doing the Christmas pyro like last year.
Yeah, but we won't have Dirty Santa yet because it's not time for Dirty Santa yet.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But that will come.
Yes. Let's get some of this off. So I have all of this base burned in.
Looks really good.
Still needs more darks. I still need to adjust a few things. Like the top of the head needs to go darker. See, with looking at the photo over here, it makes it a lot easier. I need to darken this part of the body more. I need to darken this part of the head. I think this needs a little bit more detailing dark. The ears need to go a little darker. And I might darken the white a little bit. I know we need to do a live with the Super Toasties. So if they want me to work on just detailing this out on Sunday, this Sunday we will do that.
Spence says the hand looks 3D.
It's amazing what darks can do. I mean, they really, really make a piece.
Contrast.
Just when you think you're done, walk away and come back and see if it's dark enough. And whether it's taking a photo so that you're looking at it at a different size or squinting at it, you'll be able to see, like me squinting, it needs these darks. But tail wise, I'm overall, for the most part, happy with the tail.
I think it looks good.
But I definitely need to reshape some of the fur a little bit and darken. And then I would say, I don't even know what we're calling this squirrel. And I'd say it was done.
Gotcha.
And I know Carrie wants to talk to me about it. I don't know if you want me to go ahead and give you the price now. And then you can decide.
Maybe do that.
It's just going to take me a minute.
What?
It would be $3.25 plus shipping. Alrighty. So, do we got any questions? Your face is itching.
We'll have to wait.
We'll have to wait.
Carrie wants to know if we do live stream on Sundays.
For the Super Toasties? Yeah. It's at the same exact time, just on Sunday. It's not every Sunday. It's just, I pick a Sunday in the month, and that'll be this Sunday. Yeah. Because I still have all these Christmas presents to finish making. I still have 4 international pieces to block in, and then I got to detail, is it 8 or 9 internationals? And get them shipped out before December hits. Yeah. And then work on the domestics, which is another 7 or 8. What is going on?
It sounds like you're getting a phone
Oh, we're getting an Amber Alert.
Oh. I didn't get it on my phone yet.
Alrighty.
Carrie wants to know. Oh, I see it. Where?
I don't know. It's not like we're leaving the house.
That's true. Well, I am.
$3.25.
I am late.
Plus shipping. Plus shipping. Alrighty. So if we don't have any more questions, I will say this for the Super Toasties, and we will get it, them, they, he, finished. And next week we'll do some gnomes or something.
Okay.
Something simple, something more cartoony, maybe with some outlines, because it's completely out of my comfort zone, but that's good. Sometimes you need that. And we will go from there. We might even add color to them if you want.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you know what to say. If I find it. So say it with me. You're awesome. You can do this. Why? Because you're a pyro artist. Happy burning, guys. Bye.
We got food.